So I think a key part, so just to let you know, I mean, I've been a person who's been traveling through my life. And for me to stay at home has been the toughest thing. And then add to it the fact that, work has been hit and feeling helpless about it. So that feeling of helplessness is something which I dealt with after a very long time. So yes, there's been the fear of what will happen, and me being disciplined enough to stay at home, being responsible for it, and yet finding ways to continue my work in spite of it. And it just connected me back to the thing that I really believe in, that life doesn't happen because life happens in spite of the wonderful things that life throws at us. And that's so for me, this period has opened up avenues which I would have not dared to open. But this period has done me. It has made me more patient. It has made me more, um, if I may say, accepting of what is there. So it has just brought real life very close to me and into practice. That's something wonderful. That will I be acknowledged for all the stuff that I'm doing? No, no, you will not be acknowledged. And in a way, I call it, I welcome people into this world of double standards. I say that please acknowledge the rest, but don't expect to be acknowledged. Double standards. Live by double standards. Give them what you really think you should give them, but don't expect them to give it back to you. But remember, your game in life is not dependent on how others are going to behave, right? You're going to score a century. You want to score a century any which way. People are booing you. Who cares? You want to score a century. All right. So in life, what really matters is what you are wanting to do. So, for example, as an actor, when you don't know many things, you are trying out. Some people are not believing in you. Oh no, they are not. But you don't stop yourself just because people don't believe. For example, when I started off in this particular field, also, engaging with corporations and organizations and speaking to leadership teams, not many people thought that I could. Some people did think I could also. But imagine, I'm not waiting for agreement to happen before I dive in. So in life, people will write you off, but don't worry about it. I'm 55. Many people have written me off. Sometimes even I have written myself off. But I don't stop myself by that. Be connected to what you are committed to. All right. Once you're connected to that, what you are committed to, doesn't matter what people say. Yeah. And that's where you have to get really inventive. You've got to also be inventive about what you understand as ROI. At this point, it's a bit like that, if there's a storm and the ship is pitching, let's throw out the lifeboats. No, my friend, keep the lifeboats on, keep those extra hands in. See, your ability to handle, see, one is panic button, panic station, let's do it. You will create a lot of mistakes for yourself. So we'll have to understand, we have to rethink that, how are we going to handle this? Very clearly, we first have to survive. After we survive, we are going to excel. But then the call that we will need to do, for example, we at Avid Miner also have taken calls that in this period of needing to survive, I need some extraordinary people around and giving extraordinariness to them. So people will need to speak to team members saying that, hey, listen, this period needs more of you, more than what you thought that you earlier were supposed to give. So this new world has created some new fields, some new rules, some new requirements from you. And it is that ability for you to ask for from the people around. So these are not, you don't have old conversations. These are new conversations which you're having at this point. And therefore, you'll have to rethink your earlier, things which you thought, systems, the processes, they will have to be rethought, because the world is requiring new things, and also have space that people will take some time to understand. And some of us will need to be on top of it, understand that people are taking time, at the same time being continuously around saying that, hey, listen, we need to take action, and taking action now. So it's going to be, first of all, don't think that you're going to get it right all the time, but be ready to make mistakes, okay? And be spectacular in that. Don't be apprehensive and not take action. This is the period for taking actions. Oh yeah. Don't do everything that you do. Do one thing at a time. And at this moment, I'm talking to you. Next moment, I'm going to be recording something. After that moment, I'm going to have lunch. Thereafter, I'm going to have these phone calls. So remember, you're not doing too many things. But your success, your ability to turn what you are doing into something phenomenal is your responsibility, my friend. All right. Don't depend on others to say that, hey, listen, you are good. You didn't do this or don't do this. You take your calls. You know, don't depend on people to guide you all the time, saying that, oh yeah, you are not asking me to do it, therefore I'm not. Don't blame them either. You take responsibility of your actions. Who's going to pay for your dreams? You know who? You. You're going to pay for your dreams, my friend. So take your chances, all right? And remember, if you fall, you'll get hurt. Take responsibility of that. And if you succeed, nobody will be happier than you, all right? So play your game. Remember one thing, take care of yourself. It's very important to take care of your head. Take care of your head. Don't be unkind to yourself. Don't let yourself think that the world is against me, nothing is left for me. Nahi, picture baki hai. There are many things possible. Think of how else you can do. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. No, give yourself opportunity and be kind to yourself. So many times of being completely feeling powerless. I felt powerless. Very interesting. They both have come together. I'll share that with you. So I felt powerless when I felt that, "Arey yaar, main kya karu? Have I to only do this?" I remember a time when I was doing the kind of films that I was doing in Hindi in the 90s, late 90s. I felt very powerless. I knew there were a lot of other interesting roles available in me. I could do them, but they were not being offered to me. I felt powerless. I felt drained. And then I also found power in that. I felt very powerful when I could step out of these confines that I had created around, that I can only look for work here. That is when I came out, broke that glass, walls around me, and discovered that there was a whole new world available all over India, different languages, where I could go and discover myself as an actor and get a buy-in into me as an actor. So any point that you are feeling powerless, that's the time when you are thinking that this is the only possibility. And you will feel extraordinarily powerful when you discover that you can break out of that and discover new vistas. Will it be scary? Yes, it'll be scary. I promise you one thing, whatever is scary, there's power right after that. The entire game, I've created a very interesting video around the Mario video game. And in the Mario video game, one of the things that you see is that, he's jumping over walls and falling into ditches, and then doing that, there's fire and all that happening. Each one of us is like Mario, my friend. We are dealing each day with things, but we have a long-term goal. Remember, those long-term goals of ours can be done in if you're failing on a daily basis. So create victories for yourself. Be very good with your today. This may be just a conversation that I'm having with you, but I am making sure that this is an extraordinary one. Each conversation, each interaction, each work that you do each day is going to be part of your long-term goal. So never dissociate your present with your future. This future, this present of yours is going to be the step on which you're walking and striding and running towards that future of yours.